Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, and I'm coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, for a 1,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Josh's Tyranids. So here's the story of what's going on here. We've a splinter fleet landed on an Imperial Hive city, and the Dark Angels dispatched a fast squad to go try to nip them in the bud before the rest of the fleet were drawn and arrived here. So the whole idea, we're just playing Purge the Alien, and the idea is for the Dark Angels to try to take them out before they can gain a foothold and beachhead for the rest of the Hive fleet to come in and just consume this Imperial planet. So we'll show you the two armies that we'll be playing and the psychic powers for both armies, and then we'll come back to you after that. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a combined arms detachment. Leading that detachment will be, in the HQ slot, will be a level 2 librarian on a bike. We have a 10-man tactical squad with a las cannon, a flamer, and a rhino as a dedicated transport. We have another 10-man tactical squad with a plasma cannon and a flamer and a rhino as a dedicated transport. I have a 6-man Ravenwing bike squad with 2 plasma guns. We have a 3-man attack bike squad with 2 multi-melta upgrades. And last but not least, we have a 4-man Black Knight squad. And for the Tyranids, we have a Tyranid Prime with a squad of 3 warriors, and they each have adrenal glands, death spitter, flesh hooks, lash whip and bone swords, and toxin sacks. We have a squad of raveners with the red terror and rending claws. We have a zoanthrope. We have a malanthrope. We have a squad of 15 hormagaunts with toxin sacks. And last but not least, we have a Stonecrusher Carnifex with frag spines and a bioflail. Alright, for the Dark Angel's psychic powers, my librarian rolled on Interromancy, so he gets Mindworm as the Primaris, and then he got Righteous Repugnance and Maelstrom of Misery. And for the Tyranids, he has Dominion, Onslaught, and Warp Lance. So those are the armies that'll be fighting today, and the psychic powers they have. Right here is the Dark Angel deployment, deployed along this edge. We have a Rhino over here on this side. This one has the plasma cannon in it. Here we have the Black Knights with the Librarian. We've got the 3-man attack bike squad here. We've got the other Rhino with the las cannon in it. And then over on this side we have the Ravenwing bike squad. They deployed kind of all along the edge here because I won the roll-off to deploy first. So then Tyranids deployed over here in this corner. So I guess they've just landed and are starting to spread out into the city. So we've got back here, we've got the Ravenders, we've got the Hormagaunts there, we've got Malanthrope, we've got the Warriors with the Prime, we've got the Carnifex, and we've got the Zoanthrope up inside there. So that's the deployment. Right now, as it stands, Dark Angels will have first turn, unless Josh can seize the initiative. Here we go. Can you get a 6? No, he cannot. So, yeah, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 1. Alright, so here's movement phase for the Dark Angels. He moved up 6 inches there. These guys shot up 12 inches. They have skilled riders, so they didn't have to worry about dangerous terrain tests. These guys are kind of conga lining it through that little gap there. This guy moved up 12 inches, shooting up towards them that way. These guys also moved 12 inches, moving up that way. So that's movement phase. Then we rolled for psychic phase. I rolled a 3, leaving me with 5 dice, leaving my opponent with 5 dice. So I'm going to roll for Maelstrom of Misery. It's a warp charge 2, so I need 2 successes. And I do not get it. All right, off to a great start. Good dice. All right. So that's the end of the psychic phase, since that was all my dice. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase for Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so we're going to start the shooting phase here with the squad inside of the Rhino. They're going to fire onto the Hormagaunts there. So I've got 2 bolt guns, hitting on 3s. Both hit. Wounding on 4s, wounding on 3s. 1 wound. 4 plus save. He's good. All right, because it's cover save, because it's night fighting is on, so they've got night fighting plus all their other plus shrouded. So yeah. So then we'll have the storm bolters also going to fire on them. Both hit. Wound on 3s. 1 wound. Wow, that was like the exact same roll there. And he's good. with a 6. All right, moving on. All right, now the Black Knights here. I'm going to fire on the Zoanthrope inside there. So I've got 4 Plasma Talons firing here. So hitting on 3s, twin linked. All right, so all hits. Strength 7, toughness 4. So wounding on 2s. So we've got 4 wounds, 4 2-ups because he's got ruins plus shrouding plus night fight. All right, so they're all good. All right, moving on. All right, everyone else just kind of flatted out, turbo boosted up, so that we can get closer to them. No one else is in range. No one's in range for a charge, so that'll be the end of the Dark Angels turn 1. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Tyranids on turn 1. All right, so the Tyranid movement phase here on turn 1. These guys shot up this way. They're beasts, and so they got 12-inch movement. Ignore cover there. These guys moved up. He moved up. And everyone else just kind of shuffled around over here, moving up as the force starts to move out of their landing area. So then we rolled on a psychic for the psychic phase, and he rolled a 6, leaving me with 8 and him with 8. So what's the first power you're going to roll?
First power we're going to roll is Dominion.
Okay, first he's going to roll Dominion.
Warp charge 1.
Warp charge 1. It does not go off. 3 1s. All right. And then
I'm going to fire my Warp Blast.
all right, then he's going to fire his Warp Blast onto these guys. So you want to roll the dice? How much is it?
Warp charge 2.
Warp charge 2. All right.
Target is there. Range is 24.
It goes off with 2. I'm going to roll to deny it. My librarian's within range there, so he'll roll. So he's rolling on 5s and 6s. And I get it. I could have just done it with the 6s. Dang, look at that. All right, so that's denied. So I think that's it for the psychic phase here. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase for the Tyranids on turn 1. All right, so for shooting phase for the Tyranids, they actually just ran. So no shooting, actual shooting. So we moved on to the assault phase. The Carnifex here is going to charge into my attack bikes here. So they'll be rolling an Overwatch. So I've got the gray ones there, that's the heavy bolter. The 2 yellow ones are the multi-meltas, and then the green are the rapid firing bolt guns, twin linked. So green ones are twin linked, and everything else is not. Hitting on 5s and 6s because of Grim Resolve. 5s and 6s. Oh, nothing on the multi-meltas. Okay, so that's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. All right, then these get twin linked. All right, those go over there. All right, so we've got toughness 6.
-1 from armor chain. So you're wounding on 6s.
Wounded on 6s on everything here. So just looking for 6s. Nothing. All right, so he needs an 11-inch charge here. Can he roll it? No, he does not. All right, so he doesn't make it in. All right, moving on. All right, now the Hormagaunts are going to charge into my Black Knights here. So the Black Knights are going to roll. I've got 4 rapid-firing Plasma Talons and 1 rapid-firing Bolter from the Warlord there, the Librarian. So hitting on 5s and 6s for Grim Resolve.
Never sleeping draft.
Whew, that's pretty good. I will take that. So, all right, and then these are everything's twin linked here.
Not because I care about the cards, but because like.
All right. At least nothing got hot. Didn't want to blow myself up here. So I've got 4 Plasma Talons and 1 bolt gun. So Plasma Talons are wounding on 2s. The yellow one is wounding on a 3. All right, 2 1s. Good job there. All right, so we've got 2 that are just, AP2 and 1 that are not. So they're going to take their cover save. 4 up cover save.
5 from shrouded, +1 from stealth.
Yep. Cool. Oh, 1 guy dies, which might increase the charge distance a bit, but that's about it. So how far do you need to get?
We're looking at 9 inches.
9-inch charge. So here we go. Let's see what happens.
Gonna fleet.
And then he's going to fleet it. Oh, man. And they're in. All right. So that's a thing that's going to happen. All right, so we'll move them into combat, and then we'll come back with that attack. All right, so we've got these guys here. They're going to be attacking. I'm going to be hitting first because these guys are going at 1 since they moved through cover there. I've got each of those guys on the. Each of the Black Knights has 2 base attacks +1 for extra close combat weapon. Same thing for the for the librarian. The librarian's going to be the yellow. The greens are the black knights. So everyone's hitting on 3s. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Holy shoot! All right. What's their toughness? 3. So I'm going to be wounding on 3s on the yellow, 2s on the black, because it's strength +1 for their Corvus hammers. So, all right, 2s on the greens, 3s on the yellow. Okay. All right, so I've got 1 that's rending and 3 that are AP3. So 4 guys are just dead.
Okay.
And then I've got 6 armor saves you can make.
Does the Corvus hammers have an AP?
They have rending. They don't have an AP. So what is it? 6 plus?
Yep.
Wow. So 5 more. So a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys die. Whew. That was pretty effective. All right. There we go. That's what I like to see. All right. And then your guys will climb in there. I imagine everyone should be able to get him. So how many guys do you have left?
5.
5? No, you should have. Oh no, I killed 1 in shooting Overwatch. Forgot about that. All right. So then you've got what? 3 attacks each?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got 15 attacks that are going to be coming back over here against my guys, hitting on 4s. Oh wow, that was pretty good.
Rerolling 1s from the Warlord trait?
Rerolling 1s from the Warlord trait. All right, wow. Dang, yo, that is super good.
And I'm going to be wounding on 4s from poison.
Wounding on 4s because they have the poison. All right, another 2 there. So 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So I've got 6 armor saves. 6 3 pluses. Come on, you can do it. 1 guy dies. All right. So we're gonna be that guy. Alrighty. I won combat. Are you within synapse?
Yes, I am.
You are. 12 inches. He's got 12-inch synapse. Oh, just. All right. So they're fearless. So we will. Oh, are they still going to be in it when we? Well, it doesn't matter because then we combine. Close into combat. Alrighty, so we'll just consolidate them into combat, and then go on to come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. These guys shooting up this way towards them. They stood still so that my las cannon can fire full ballistic skill. These guys kind of backed up a bit, still staying in range of him. These guys are locked in combat. These guys stood still. So that's all the movement phase for Dark Angels. I'm not going to do a psychic phase just because he's the only power that he can really cast. I mean, force isn't going to matter against these dudes, and I can do rage, but no one's charging. So that's going to be it for psychic phase as well for the Dark Angels. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase for Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, we're going to start over here. The las cannon inside here is going to fire onto the Carnifex. So I'm rolling. Need 3 to hit. Okay, 1. Good job. Moving on. All right, now we're going to move on to the attack bike squad that's also going to shoot into the Carnifex there. So I've got the 2 yellows are the multi-melta, the grays there are the heavy bolter, and then the greens are the regular bolter. So hitting on 3s. All right. These are not twin linked. So then the greens and gray are going to be wounding on 6, and the yellow is going to be wounding on 2s. 3s. Oh, strength 6. That's right. Yeah, strength, because it goes strength 8 to strength 7 because he's got the reinforced carapace. So it makes all my attacks -1 strength. So my melta becomes a strength 7 attack against his toughness 6. So 3s on the yellow, 6s on the green and gray. Okay, so I've got 2, 3. 3 wounds. So he's within 6 inches of the zoanthrope, so he's got shrouding. So on those, takes 2 wounds.
And then 1 more?
And then 1 more armor save. Ooh. Oh, so he takes 3 wounds, so he's down to 1. All right, that's what I wanted. Good job, boys. All right, moving on. All right, then the plasma cannon from in here is gonna fire on them over there. So first I have to roll it gets hot. It does not. So then, gotta roll scatter. It scatters 3 inches this way. Probably gonna still hit 1, right?
Directly hits the prime.
Directly hits the prime. Does it hit anyone else? No?
You don't believe so?
All right. No, I probably shouldn't, I don't think. Cool. All right, so I get 1 hit. Strength 7, toughness
5.
Toughness 5. So hitting on 2s. That's a 2. Cover Sarah. Look out, Sarah. 2 up. All right.
Then shrouded.
Shrouded. Nope. Nope. Takes a wound. Strength 7. What's their toughness? Their toughness is 4. So that not double out. So one of the guy there takes a wound. So they've got 3 wounds each.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So then the storm bolter from here is going to fire into those guys. So hitting on 3s. Wounding on what's their toughness? 4s. So wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
Front guy is the red terror. He's a 4 up armor save.
4 up armor save. And he's good. Saved. All right. That should be it for shooting. I might turbo boost my bikes, but that's about it, and that's boring to watch. So we'll do that, and and then we'll come back to you with the combat that's over here. All right. All right. So now we're going on to the combat over here. So he's gonna at initiative 5. His dudes and my librarian are gonna go. So he's hitting on 4s. Oof.
No ones.
No ones. Wounding on 5s? Or wounding on, yeah, because they're toughness 5, so wounding on 5s?
Oops.
Oh, he's still got some more attacks. Because
2, 4,
you have
6.
so you should have 10, right?
Yeah, so 2 more.
2 more. All right, 1 more hit. Cool. All right, and then wounding on 5s, is it?
4s.
4s, because they're strength 6. Oh, poison. Forgot about poison, sorry. 4s with poison. So he's got 2. So I've got 2 armor saves, 3 plus. Ugh, come on. You guys suck. All right, then my librarian is going to hit. So he's hitting on 3s. Okay, just 1. Wounding on 3s. Okay, what a dick. All right, and then I've got the 1 Black Knight who's alive there, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, 1, and it's not AP anything. It's 1 6 plus. Nope. So I lost combat there. So they've got stubborn, so we're only full leadership at 10, and they're good. So we're locked in combat there. Ugh. All right, moving on. That's the end of the assault phase. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for Tyranids on turn 2. All right, movement phase for Tyranids here on turn 2. These guys shuffled up around this way, looking on my Rhino there. These guys are still in there. He's moving up this way, looking on them dudes. And these guys kind of started moving up this way. So then we rolled for Psychic Phase. He rolled a 1, leaving us both with 3 dice. So you're going to roll on Onslaught, which allows running
allows you to run and then shoot.
Allows them to run and shoot.
So onto this unit, warp charge 1.
Warp charge 1. What is that? So 3? Oh, 3 successes. Can I get triple 6s? The power of the beast within me? No, not even close. All right, so they're going to be able to run and shoot. Great.
6 inches.
He's going to run 6 inches. All right, so let's moving on to the shooting phase for Tyranids. All right, so these guys are going to be shooting into the Rhino. They're going to be rolling. They've got BS4, so hitting on 3s. Wow, pretty good. All right, wounding on, glancing on 6s. Got 1 glance. All right, so he takes 1 hull point. All right, I think that's the end of the shooting phase for the Tyranids. So we'll come back to you with the assault phase for the Tyranids on turn 2. All right, so over here, this squad is going to try to charge into the Rhino. So first, the squad inside is going to fire Overwatch out of the firing port. So I've got a Flamer, so D3, 3, which is nice. I think it's Strength 4, Toughness 4. So 4s. Okay, nothing. Lame. Alright, then I've got a rapid fire and bolter hitting on 5s and 6s because of Grim Resolve. Alright, so 2 hits. That's not bad. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
4+.
4+. No, takes a wound. Cool. Alright, and then your charge distance, unless you roll double 1s, I think he's in. No, they are way in. Alright, so we'll consolidate them in and move on to the other charge. Alright, so the card effects. It's going to try to charge into these guys again. So I've got Overwatching. I've got the 2 yellows are going to be the 2 multi-meltas. Grays are going to be the heavy bolter. And the greens are going to be the twin-linked rapid fire and bolt guns. So hitting on 5s and 6s because of Grim Resolve. Oh man, multi-meltas. Come on, you got to do that. So, I mean, I'll still take the rest of it. That was pretty good. So there's a miss. 5s and 6s, that's a hit. These are twin linked. I got 1 more. Cool. Alright, and these are going to be wounding on 6s because of his reinforced chitin. Nope, nothing. Alright, so I think you need a, what is it again? Probably like a 10 or 11 inch charge?
9.
Oh, 9-inch charge, my bad. Alright, can he roll a 9? I'm really hoping he can't. No, he can't. So, all right. So they're pretty safe. So we'll come back to you with the actual assault, the fight sub phase. All right, we're gonna start here with this attack here. So we're gonna start with the Red Terror. So he's got 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right. So he's got 4.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s because of the Warlord trait. So he's got, wow, quite a few there. Strength 5, so looking for 5s to glance. We got 1 more glance. All right.
Then he's got a tail attack.
Then he's got a tail attack, which is strength 6, so hitting on 3. No, does not hit. All right, so then we've got the Raveners. They're, what, strength 4,
Yep.
Right?
3 attacks.
3 attacks each base, plus 1 for the charge each.
Plus 1 for 2 weapons.
And plus 1 for 2 weapons. So quite a few attacks coming in here. My brain's not mathing right now, so we're just gonna go with quite a few. 15. There we go. Thank you. Hitting on 3s. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Wow. All right.
And then all I need is 1 6.
All I need is 1 6, and it's glanced to death. All right. 1 6. Oh, you got 2 6s. All right, so it's glanced to death. So we will. I will get my dudes out of the tank, and we'll come back to you with the other fight. All right, so that's where they ended up after disembarking from there. Now we're moving on to over here. So we've got initiative step 5. He's got his Hormagaunts and my librarian. So he's got 12. Not 12? No, 8. 8 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wow. Rerolling 1s. Holy cow, that was really good. Wounding on 4s because of poison. So 3. 3 pluses. If I fail all these, they're dead. And they're dead! Oh, no! Alright, well, so my Black Knight won't get to hit back, but my Librarian's hitting at the same time, so maybe I could take 3 of them with me. Hitting on 3s. Alright, I'll hit. Wounding on 3s. 2. So I only take 2 with me. So Hormagaunts killed 4 Black Knights and my Warlord Librarian. Okay, so that's a real thing that just happened. Alright, so moving on. I think that's the end of the assault phase. So moving on, we'll come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase. These guys did not move. They stood there. These guys did not move. These guys did move up towards this way, and these guys did not move. And that's all I got left. So there is no psychic phase because he killed my psyker. So we're going to move on to the shooting phase for Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, starting out the shooting phase here with the Dark Angels. This squad here is going to fire into this squad of Raveners. So first, the Flamer can hit 3 guys. So wounding on 4s. Okay, triple 1. That's one way to go about it. Then I'm going to fire the plasma cannon. I'm going to center it right on that guy. So see if he gets hot. He does not get hot. So then I just got to roll for scatter. Scatters a direct hit because of the 4. All right, so direct hit just hits the one. No, yeah, just hits the one guy. So I've got 1 hit, wounded on a 2, and I roll a 1. Of course. All right, good times. All right, now hopefully these can do something, right? Please. All the rest of the bolt guns and the bolt pistol from the sergeant are going to fire. So hitting on 3s. All right, that's not bad. I'll take that. Any more 2s or 1s? Nope. All right, wounding on 4s. Wow, okay, that was pretty good. I will take that. We've got 6, 9 wounds.
Dead.
Oh, dead, cool.
Start getting cover though.
Yep.
So 6 more.
All right, yep.
Do 3 at a time.
3 at a time, sounds good.
Twice. Dead.
Whoa, dead, okay.
And then we will look out, sir.
All right. Look out, sir. So you've got 6 more, right? Oh no, 3 more. Look out,
4s.
sirs, on 4s. So
4 up.
he'll take 1, 4 up. He's good. And the other guy will take 2 5-ups. 2 wounds. Oh wow, so he's down to 1.
Yes.
There we go. That's how you do it. Bolters. Just got to go back to the basics for the Space Marines there. That's what you got to do. So yeah, so that's that. All right, moving on to the shooting phase. All right, moving on. The squad from here is going to fire into the Carnifex there. So I've got the red die is going to be my las cannon, and the green die is going to be a bolter. So hitting on 3s. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Wounding on a 6. Oh, 5. Ugh. All right, then I've got the storm bolter from the Rhino. Hitting on 3s, wounded on 6, nothing. All right, moving on. All right, now the attack bike squad is going to fire into the Carnifex. So I've got the yellows are the 2 multi-melta, black is going to be the heavy bolter, and the greens are going to be the regular bolters. Rapid firing because they're within 12. So hitting on 3s. All right, this is twin linked. Okay, not going to hit. So everything's wounded on 6s except for the yellows, which are wounding on 3s. Okay, so I've got 2 cover saves and 3 armor saves.
So, starting with a multi-melta. 5 up.
5 up. Dead. All right, that's easy enough. Boom, there he goes. All right, moving on. Moving on to this squad here, they're going to fire into the Malanthrope there. So I've got the yellows are the 2 plasma guns, not melta guns, sorry. And then the greens are the twin link bolters. We got 1 that's in rapid fire range and 3 that aren't. So, all right, so all hitting on 3s. Oh, gets hot. All right, 3 plus. Okay, he's good. That doesn't hit. Hitting on 3s, twin linked. Okay. So what's his toughness?
He's toughness 5.
Toughness 5. So the greens are wounded on 5s. The yellows wounded on 2. What? All right. So I've got 2 wounds. I'm sure you're going to take your cover save.
Shrouded save?
Shrouded save. No, he takes a wound. And then 1 more.
3 up armor.
3 up armor. So he's good. So he takes 1 wound. All right. Moving on. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. These guys are actually going to try to charge him because he doesn't have any shooting, so there's no overwatch to worry about. So it's an 11-inch charge that I need here. Looking for 11. No, do not get it. All right, so that's the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. So we're going to move on now to after. We'll come back to you after movement phase for Tyranids on turn 3. All right, movement phase for Tyranids. These guys moved around the tank over this way. These guys are running up here towards these guys. Those guys are shuffling over towards the bikes over this way. So that's it for movement phase. Now we went on to the psychic phase. He rolled a 3, leaving me with 3 dice since my psyker is dead, leaving him with 5 dice since his psyker isn't. And he's going to roll Warp Blast from him onto the bikes there. So needing 2 or 1? 2. Needing 2, and oh man. Well, I can't deny 4. So it goes off. So what is this?
It is a small blast.
Small blast, strength 5, AP 3.
Would you like to jink?
Yes, I will be jinking. So, all right, because it's AP 3, I don't need to die right away. So, rolling. Direct hit. So that hits two guys. All right. Wounded on 4s. 1 wound. That would have been 1 wound. 4+. He's good. All right. So moving on to the shooting phase for the Tyranids on turn 3. All right. So the warriors here are going to shoot onto the tactical squad here, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. All right.
Then wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s. Strength 5. All right, 5 wounds. 5 3+ saves. 1 2. 1 2. So 2 dead. Alrighty. All right, moving on. All right, that's it for the shooting phase for Tyranids here. So now moving on to the assault phase. The warriors here are going to charge into my tactical squad here. So we'll start off with the wall of flame. 1. Wounding on what's their toughness? 4. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. All right, now we move on to shooting the bolters. So hitting on 5s and 6s because of Grim Resolve. Okay, not bad. Ugh, a lot of 4s there. That would have been nice. So, all right, 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds.
3+ saves from the prime.
2 3+ saves. Well, takes 1 wound. All right. So then you want to roll your. Need 6 inches. Oh, fleet. And he's in. Whew, barely, but he's in. All right, so moving on. The Raveners also charged in. They were 1 inch away, so even on double ones, they would have made it in. All right, so moving on. All right, Hormigons are going to charge into my bikes here. Because they jink, they're going to be hitting on 5s and 6s, but I've got the yellows are the 2 melty-meltas, blacks are the heavy bolter, and then the greens are the regular bolters. So hitting on 6s because he was jinking. All right, not bad. Oh, those 5s would have been nice. Wow, that's quite a few 6s there. These are twin linked. Okay. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds.
3 5-ups?
I think it's AP 5. Oh, 5 up because of shrouding. Nope, they're dead. So they died. All right, another kill point for me. I'll take that. All right, moving on. Is there anyone else to charge?
Yes, the Malanthrope is going to charge.
Malanthrope is going to charge into them. So I'll come back with the Overwatch for that. All right, so these guys are going to fire Overwatch from the Malanthrope charging in. I've got 2 rapid-firing plasma guns, and I've got 4 rapid-firing bolt guns. The bolt guns are twin-linked, so hitting in 5s and 6s because they didn't jink. Oh, yeah, that's what I like to see. All right. These are twin-linked. Hitting on 5s and 6s. Got 1 more. I'll take that. All right, so what's toughness is 4? Toughness is 5. So the blacks are wounded on 2s, the greens are wounded on 5s. Okay, so he's got 2 AP2 shots, and then 2 not AP2 shots. So these are the 5-up cover, 1 wound, and then 2 3-ups.
Saved.
Both saved. All right, so he took 1 wound on that, and then his charge distance. 6? I think that should be enough to get in. Yep, that should be enough. So he's in. All right, moving on. That's it for charges? Or can he make a charge?
I can make a charge.
All right, why don't you roll for that? See if he's in. 8. Not enough. All right, so that's it for charges. So we'll move on to the fight sub-phase. All right, so we're going to start over here. The Tyranid Prime is initiative 8. So he'll be hitting first. He's got 6 attacks on the charge. Initiative 8. So he's got 6 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s.
5 attacks.
5 attacks, sorry. Hitting on 3s.
On 2s, poison.
Wounding on 2s.
Strength
Sorry,
6.
do you want to just grab another die? All right, here you go. Wounding on 2s. Rerolling 1s from poison. So 4 hits, 4 wounds.
4 wounds at AP3.
4 wounds at AP3. So I just lose 3 guys. 4 dudes. All right, moving on in this fight. All right, now the warriors are going to be striking. So hitting on 3s.
That's why I like taking pictures. I'm good at picking.
All right.
I'm good at playing.
And then wounding on wounding on 3s.
Strength 5 with poison.
So re-rolling because the strength is higher with poison. Oh, they're all dead. All right, those are all AP3. So that's the squad. The squad is wiped. So they'll consolidate, and we're going to move on in the fight sub-phase. So moving on over here, the Malanthrope is initiative 5, so he'll be attacking first. So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. So 3 hits, poison 2+. All right, so 3 wounds. Are they AP3? No. All right, so 3 pluses. All good. Woo! All right, so now I've got 7 attacks back from the squad because they're 1 base each, plus one for the extra close combat weapon for the sergeant. So hitting on 3s because he's only weapon skill 3. Okay. Oh. All right. What's his toughness? Is 5. So wounding on 5s. 1 wound. And he takes a wound. So he's down to 1, and he lost combat, but he's within synapse, so he's going to be fearless.
Synapse.
Oh, he is synapse. So.
Yep. At initiative 1, he's going to use the toxic miasma. It's a 1-use ability. Everything in base-to-base contact takes a poison 4+ hit.
Oh man. Okay, so he's using this toxic miasma. So those 3 guys are going to take a poison 4+ hit.
Just
so 1 AP what?
0.
AP 0. So 3+. He's good. All right. So yeah, that's the end of the Tyranids' turn. So we'll come back to you after Dark Angel's movement phase on turn 4. All right, Dark Angel's movement phase. These guys just kind of shuffled around, giving them a little bit more space from the warriors over there. These guys are locked in combat, and they didn't move because they've got the range that they need. So that's it for movement phase. Still no psyker. So moving on to the shooting phase for Dark Angels here on turn 4. All right, shooting phase. These bikes are going to be firing into the warriors there. They jinked during the psychic phase last time, so they're going to be snap firing. So the yellows are the multi-meltas, blacks are the heavy bolter, and the greens are the regular bolters. One of them was in rapid fire range, so hitting on 6s. Oh yeah, that's what I needed. This is cocked. All right, so these don't hit. These are twin linked. All right, so those don't hit. All right, so I've got the yellow is going to be wounded on 2, and their toughness 5 or toughness 4. So green's going to be wounded on 4, yellow's wounded on 2. All right, so that's 2 wounds. One's AP 2 or AP 1. So ignores that. You're going to look out, sir, those?
I'm going to look out, sir, the bolter round.
Bolter round's going to look out, sir.
Passes
Looks out,
off.
sir.
4+ armor.
4+ armor. Good.
Good. And he is just going to eat the melta.
He's just going to eat the melta because it doesn't double him out, which would have if he moved on to one of his dudes.
I don't think I have a cover save.
No, I don't think so. So he's down to 1 wound on there. All right, so moving on. All right, the squad in here is going to fire across onto the warriors over there. So the yellow is going to be the las cannon, and the green is going to be the bolter. So hitting on 3s. Oh, come on, I needed that. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. All right, then I guess Stormbolter. Hitting on 3s. Okay, that's not something. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
1 lookout, sir.
1 lookout, sir. Looked out, sir.
4 up armor.
4 up armor. He's good. All right, so moving on. All right, so moving on to the fight sub phase here because no one else is going to charge, and that was it for shooting. So we're going to over here. He's going to attack first. So hitting on 4s. Nothing. All right. So now I've got 7 attacks back, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on, what's his toughness? 5, right? Wounding on 5s. All right, so he's got 4 wounds. 4, what is it?
3 up.
3 up.
1.
2. 3. 4. Oh. All right, so they're still locked in combat, like a whole bunch of big old jerks. All right, so that's the end of Dark Angel's turn, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Tyranids on turn 4. So Tyranid movement phase, these guys all kind of moved up. Those are the Ravagers there. They're kind of looking over this way. These guys, the Warriors, moving up this way towards them. The Zone Throat moved up this way, and they're locked in combat. So that's it for movement phase. Then he rolled on Psychic, and he rolled a 6. So leaving me with 6 dice, leaving him with 8 dice. So what are you going to do first?
2 dice on Dominion.
2 dice on Dominion. Does not go off.
Next shot is going to be Warp Lance into the Rhino.
Warp Lance into the Rhino.
Warp Lance is Strength 10, AP2 Lance.
Strength 10, AP2 Lance. So
Warp Charge 2.
Warp Charge 2 goes off with 4. I'm going to try to deny it. Oh man. Do not even close. Not a single 6. Alright, so Strength 10, AP2.
Yep, 1 shot.
1 shot.
Hitting on a 3.
Hitting on 3. That hits.
Okay. And
It's going to auto pen, right? Strength 11. Oh, it goes down 1?
Yep.
Strength 10. Yeah, pen. Alright, AP2. You want to roll to see... Oh, I get a cover save. 5 plus cover save. Oh, I get it! Yeah, that's what I like to see. So that's pretty good. Woo! Okay. Woo! Okay, I was a little worried there. Things were not looking good there. All right, so that's it for Psychic phase, right? No more?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's it for Psychic phase. So now we'll move on to the shooting phase for Tyranids here on turn 4. All right, moving on to the assault phase. He's charging with the Zoanthrope into my bikes. He's also going to charge with these guys. But I mean, I think he's going to make this charge, so I'm not going to waste my Overwatch and hold it in that case. So I've got the 2 yellow are the multi-meltas, the black are the heavy bolters, and the greens are the regular bolters. So hitting on 5s and 6s because of Grim Resolve, they didn't jink. Okay. These are hitting on 5. These are re-rolling, twin linked. So,
You
2
are
more.
jinking into the start of your next movement phase.
I'm still jinking until the
Oh, sorry, never mind. 5 snapshots into the end of their next turn.
Yeah, their next turn.
You're good.
Yeah, so I'm good. Okay, so yeah. So these all hit. So wounding on 2 on the yellow, and wounding on 4s on the greens. Alrighty. So I've got 1 AP1 shot and 2 not AP1 shots there.
3 up invulns.
3 up invulns
Against
on all against the bolters. 1 misses, so he takes 1 wound.
And then 3 up invuln.
3 up invuln. Oh, he makes it on that one. That's the one I needed him to just double out on. Oh, all right. So moving on. Do you want to roll your charge distance? And he's in. Exactly 5. That's exactly what he needed. I knew I couldn't wait. All right. So he's into combat. Ugh. Do you want to roll the warrior's charge distance? With fleet. He needs a fleet. Oh, they didn't make it. Okay, that's huge. That's yeah, that's huge. I really need to kill him. All right. So we'll. That's it for the charges. So we'll come back to you with the assaults. Moving on to the assault phase, the fight sub phase here. We're going to start here with the Malanthrope, hitting on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on 2s, 1 wound, 3 plus, 1 dead. All right, just take off. Actually, take off the guy with the green head there, because yeah, thank you. All right, so I'm down to 6 attacks back because I've got +1 for the sergeant there. So hitting on 3s. Oh, come on. I need better than that. Wounding on 5s. 1.
3 plus.
1 3 plus. He's good. All right. So that I lose combat by 1. 8. They're good. So moving on. Moving on to this fight here. My guys are going to attack first. They're going to be hitting on 3s. So they got 2 base attacks each. So hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on, what's toughness?
4.
Toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. Got 1. Can he fail this? 3 plus? What's his armor? Is that his armor?
His invuln is 3.
His invuln is 3. Alright, so he makes his invuln. Alright, and then he attacks back.
2 swings.
2 swings, hitting on 4s.
Wounding on 5s.
Wounding on 5s. Nothing. Alright, so that will just continue. I needed them to take him out so bad! Alright, moving on. That's the end of the Tyranids turn here, so we'll move on to, I'll come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels on turn 5. Alright, actually before we move on to movement phase here, these guys are actually going to, at the end of their fight, they're going to hit and run. So I need initiative. They're good. So 3d6, they're going to go that way, that way. 3d6. All right, so they're going to move 13 inches that way. So we'll move them, and then we'll come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, movement phase. These guys moved over there after they shot back over this way. That's where you'd consolidated before. So they're looking to shoot up on the warriors. They didn't move, and they're still locked in combat over there. So we're going to come, now there's no psychic phase still, so we're going to move on to the shooting phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. Shooting phase for the Dark Angels, these guys are going to fire into the warriors. So I've got the grays are going to be the two multi-meltas. Black is going to be the heavy bolter, and the greens are going to be the twin link bolters. So hitting on 3s. There we go. Oh, everything hits. All right, that's cool. What's the toughness 4? 4. Average toughness 4. So the grays are wounding on 2s, blacks are wounding on 3s, and the greens are wounding on 4s. All right. So that's a miss. And everything else wounds.
Okay.
So I've got, what's their armor save?
4+.
4+ armor save. So I think the heavy bolters,
Yep.
ignore
Still
it.
taking a ruin save.
All right, still going to take a ruin save on all of them? Or you're going to take the armor save on the bolters?
Closest model.
Well, I guess it's all 4+. It doesn't make a difference.
Yep.
So.
All
right. So closest model is probably the regular dude right there, right?
We're going to start with the multi-melta.
Okay.
Dice.
So dies. Cool. On to him. You're gonna look out, sir.
Look out, sir.
All right. 2 lookout, sirs.
4+.
4+.
Takes 2 wounds.
Takes 2 wounds.
1.
All right.
And then 3 bolters.
And then the 3 bolter hits.
Okay. Look out, sir.
Lookout, sirs. Oh, we failed 1.
3+.
He's good. And then 2.
4+.
4+. And they're good. All right. So not bad. Not bad. Could have been better though. All right, moving on in the shooting phase. All right, squad in here. He's going to fire into the zoanthrope there. The black's going to be the last cannon. The green's going to be a bolter. So hitting on 3s. Oh, come on. Double 1s. Who does that? All right, Dark Angels. That's who does it. No, more specifically, Phil's Dark Angels. That's who does it. So the storm bolter there is going to shoot at him. Hitting on 3s. Hit 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. 2+ saves because he's within the range there. And he saves them. If he wasn't in range, he could have... whatever. All right. So we're going to move on. No one's going to charge because they're not going to charge, that's for sure. So we'll just move on to the fight subphase over here. All right, so we're moving on to here. So it turns out he's got a special rule, the Malanthrope, that he can actually challenge even though he's not a character. So and I'm going to accept it with my sergeant there. So we'll move it. But then on a 4+, on a 4+, he gets wrapped up in his tail, loses half his attacks, and is dropped to initiative 1. So 4+ is okay. So that's going to drop 1 of my attacks, but at least he'll still be able to attack. So now Malanthrope's going to attack here. Hitting on 4s. Oh, all 4 hits. Wounded on 2s. 3 wounds. Okay.
All on the sergeant.
All on the sergeant here. 3 pluses. Oh, just 1. So the sergeant is dead. Okay. So now I'm left here with 4 guys left. I've got 4 guys left, so I got 4 attacks back. Hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. That's all it takes. If you can fail both of these 4 pluses.
3 pluses.
Oh, 3 pluses. 3 pluses. You failed 1, not the other though. So he's still alive, and they're still locked in combat. I should have been freaking hitting and running, but I don't want to be out. No, I'm gonna hit and run now because that's what I'm gonna do. Well, actually, first I failed combat. I lost combat. No. Nope, that we tied. So I am going to try to hit and run. So hit and run. They're good.
Which direction?
3d6. They're going to go 3d6 that way. So 9, 10 inches. So just move him 10 inches back. All right, so they're going to move back there, and then he'll consolidate. And we'll come back to you after after Tyranids movement on turn 5. Tyranid movement here on turn 5. These guys moved up this way. He moved up this way, and he moved up this way a bit. So that's oh, and these guys moved up this way. That's the movement phase. Now we move on to the psychic phase. You rolled a 6 on the psychic phase again. So I've got 6 dice. He's got 8 dice. What are you going to roll first?
I'm going to do 6 dice on Warp Blast.
6 dice on Warp Blast. Onto those guys. All right. It goes off with 4. I'm going to try to deny it. Can I get 4 6s? No, I cannot. I got 2, but that doesn't help me. All right. What is it that they're going to be?
Strength 5, AP3, small blast.
Strength 5, AP3. I am not gonna jink. Gotta really hope that this scatters. It does quite a bit. Because our weapon skill 3 is going to be way off, and I'm not far enough or in the direction to hit anyone else. So, whoo! Glad I didn't jink. All right. So you have 2 more dice, right?
Yes.
So
I have no powers I'd like to cast.
all right, no powers you like to cast. So that's it for the psychic phase. So now we'll come back to you. If anyone going to shoot?
No.
No one's going to shoot. So we'll just come back to you with charges here on the assault phase for Tyranids on turn 5. All right, assault phase. The Malanthrope is going to charge into my bikers over here. So the blacks are going to be rapid firing plasma guns, and the greens are going to be twin linked rapid firing bolters. So hitting on 5s and 6s because of Grim Resolve. All right, that's quite a few. I'll take that. So this is a miss, that's a miss, that's a miss, but at least those weren't 1s. This is twin linked. Oh, that hits. Oh, wow, okay. Toughness 5, so greens are wounded on 5s, blacks wounded on 2s. All right, so you just got the 1, AP2. So, what is it? 5? No, and he's dead! Yes! 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 I needed that. All right.
Raveners.
All right. Then moving on. Well, actually, here, the Raveners are going to charge over it to them. So, is 9 enough?
9 is enough.
9 is enough. Oh, so the Raveners are in. I still think that was a good call. So, all right. So, moving on in the charge phase. All right. So over here, the Zoanthrope is going to charge into those guys. So I've got the yellow is the multi-meltas, the black is the heavy bolter, and the greens are the regular bolters. All hitting on 5s and 6s for Grim Resolve. All right. So none of these are going to hit. One of the heavy bolters hits. And then these are going to twin linked. So I got another 2, which is nice. All right, what's his toughness 4?
Yes.
So black is wounded on 3, the greens are wounded on 4s. All right, so you got 3 saves, 3 3+ invols, right?
Yep.
3 3+ invols, and he makes them all. All right, want to roll your charge distance?
7.
7. I think that's exactly what he needed to get in, right?
Yep.
Yep, so he's in. All right. Is that it for the charges?
Warriors.
Oh, and now the Warriors are going to charge. Oh, I think that's enough to get him in. They needed a 10-inch charge. Oh, okay.
9, 10, 11. So.
Oh, lame. All right, moving on. So we'll pull them in, and then we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so we're going to go here first. So the Prime is going to attack first, hitting on 4s, or 3s, sorry. So 3 hits.
Wounding on 3s, rerolling.
Wounded on 3s, rerolling.
1 instant death.
1 instant death. Oh,
And then 2 more wounds.
and 2 more wounds. So 1 guy is totally dead,
1 guy is also.
and 1 guy is totally dead. So 2 guys are totally dead. Oh, that's brutal. And then I think the Warriors go next, right?
Yes.
All right, now the Warriors go next. They'll be able to get in. Yep.
3 attacks base, plus 1 for the charge.
3 attacks base, plus 1 for the charge.
Hitting on 3s, rerolling.
Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. All right, those are all hits, which is ridiculous.
And then wounding on 4s, no rerolling.
Wounded on 4s, no rerolling, but he just needs 2 of these because they're AP3. He got him, so he's dead. That's that squad totally wiped. Ugh. All right, so they'll consolidate, and we're going to move on to the other fight. All right, so now we're going to go here onto this attack here, this assault here. So Red Terror is going to go first.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on
fours.
Wounding on 4s because he's strength 5. Okay. So 3. 3 plus covers. Armor saves. One guy dies.
1 tail attack.
And 1 tail attack. Hits.
Strength 6.
Strength 6. So 3s.
Wounds.
1 wound. 3 plus. Another guy dies. Now, the Ravager. What's his initiative?
5.
5. All right. So now he's gonna go.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
And wounding on 5s with rending on 6s.
3s and 5s with rending on 6s. So he hits 2, 5s and 6s. Nothing. All right. So now my 2 guys that are left get to hit back. Hitting on 4s. All right. 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. All right. So I lost combat by 2, but they were got stubborn. So looking for 8s, and they get exactly 8. But then I'm going to hit and run. And do not get it. I needed that so bad. All right, so they're stuck in combat. Here, do you want to roll the die and see if we go on? All right, this is the end of turn 5, so does it go on? It does. All right, so we'll come back to you after Dark Angel's movement phase on turn 6. All right, nothing actually moved for the Dark Angels here on turn 6. So I'm going to start off with the Storm Bolter from here into those warriors there. So hitting on 3s, both hits, wounding on, what's their toughness? 4, wounding on 4s. Oh, it adds up to 4. Ugh. All right, so now I'm going to fire the las cannon from the squad inside there, hitting on 3. Of course. Ooh, so awful. All right, so that's it for shooting. So we're just going to move on to the assault phase over here. So do you want to go with your Red Terror first? Hitting on 3s. All right. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. 1 wound. 3 plus. All right. So he saves that. Then onto your Ravager.
1 pincer.
1 pincer. Oh, the tail hits.
One's on a 3.
One's on a 3. It's a wound. 3 plus. He's good. Moving on to your Ravager. Hitting on 4s.
Yeah, 3s.
Oh, hitting on 3s, sorry. Hitting on 3s. So 2 hits. Wounding on
1 rend.
1 rend. So 1 guy is kaput. All right. 1 attack back. Hitting on 4. Hits. Wounding on a 4.
Wounding on a 5.
Oh, wounding on a 5. But it's a 5. So.
Gonna take it on the terror.
Terror.
4 plus.
He's good. 4 plus, so. All right, so that's it. They lost combat, or he lost combat because there's only 1 guy left. Need an 8, and he's good. He's still in there. And I'm gonna try to hit and run. Okay, seriously, that's when the 6s come up? All right, so he's locked in combat. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Tyranids on turn 6. All right, Tyranid movement phase. This guy's moved up here into cover. He moved over this way towards here, and that's it. That's all we got left on the board. So moving on to the Psychic phase, he rolled a 1, leaving me with 1 dice, him with 3 dice.
Gonna roll onslaught.
I'm gonna roll onslaught on these guys. It goes off with 2, so I can't deny it. So, oh, and it would have won. All right, so it goes off. So they've got onslaught; they can run and shoot. So, and that's that. So we'll now move on to the shooting phase for the. Well, actually, are they just going to run? They're not actually going to shoot.
They're gonna run and then shoot.
They're going to run and then shoot. So yeah, so they'll run and then we'll do the shooting phase for the Tyranids. All right, shooting phase for Tyranids. These guys are going to shoot onto my Rhino there.
Death Spitters.
Death Spitters, hitting on 3s.
These are the power-ups.
All right, glancing on 6s. 1, 2 glances. They've got cover coming through here. So 2 glances, 4 up because it's going through ruins. Oh, both miss. All right, so he's down to 1 hull point. All right, moving on. Is anyone going to assault?
Nope. Just
Nope,
this.
no one's going to assault. So we'll just move on to. Let's go straight over here. Let's go straight into this assault here. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, nothing. Then the
Pincer.
pincer, hitting on 3s, nope. Now, moving on to the Ravager.
Yep.
All right, hitting on 3s. Ooh. All right, wounding on 5s. Oh,
2 reds.
2 reds, so he is dead. All right, so he's dead. They'll consolidate. Do you want to roll a die, see if this end of... So on a 4 up, it goes on. It does. It goes on to turn 7. Actually, you know what? I don't think there's anything I can do to even win at this point, because we determined that what I needed to do was not die anymore, and then knock him down to one single dude, 1 unit left, and then get line breaker, and then we would have tied. So at this point, since he killed another unit, that would mean I have to kill all of his guys and get line breaker. And then, well, I guess if I killed all his guys, but I can't kill all his guys. And I would also get to slay the warlord, and I can't get all the guys, so I can't kill all his units. So, yeah, so the Tyranids win this battle. Although I guess technically it could have gone on, but I mean, I've got these guys here. That's it. So, yeah, so the Tyranids kept their stronghold, their foothold here on this planet. So I'm sure we'll be back to find out when the rest of the Hive fleet arrives, and the Dark Angels are going to have to call in some reinforcements to try to handle them then. So, yep, a Tyranid victory here on this planet. I'm sure we'll be back to find out what happens when the rest of the Hive fleet arrives. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've been Phil, the Glacial Geek. My opponent's been Josh. Share, like, and subscribe for the video. And until next time, have fun.